RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. The fuck is up? Well, we like more than halfway through April already, or about halfway through April. Uh, Time really do go fast. Um, I know I check my analytics on some of my videos and shit, and I realized that a lot of the people that listen to me are younger than me, and that's cool. I'm 43 years old. That sounds crazy because when they say time flies and shit, that's what they mean, man. They mean that mentally, emotionally, you're going to be hanging on to um, big positive and negative points in your life, and emotional things, and just life itself kind of anchors you to certain stuff. And every time you stutter step, time just gets a little bit further ahead of you, and then you run it, trying to keep up with it, and then you stumble just a little bit, and boom, it just gained 3 feet on you. Before you know it, man, you 43 years old, and you're just like, what the fuck happened? How the fuck did all that happen? How did 43 years happen? And that's wild. Life would do that to you. But I'm 43 years old, man, and it's cool that a lot of my viewers are between the ages of like, what they say, 24 and 36 or something like that, and that's cool. That's a prime time in my life right there. That's when things start really changing in my life. Of course, everybody got the milestones and stuff, but between those ages, a lot of critical stuff happened that I had to rise above, manage and conquer and all of that, or else the rest of my life would have been on, who knows how many different paths. And every day you avoid something that puts your life, or you avoid, or you record onto your life a certain path. Every day you're doing little things, man. You just don't realize it, that you're constantly adjusting where it is your life is going to be in the future, like a butterfly effect inside your own life. Every little thing you do. Life, when you really observe it very specifically and with some detail, with the respect that it deserves, when you're talking about your life and your consciousness, when you do all of that, it'll bring you to certain things, realizations, truths, interests. It's a beautiful thing, man. That's why I couldn't take a human life unless I was really feeling like it was necessary, so that the preservation of life would favor the innocent. In those kinds of situations, I would definitely hurt somebody, but it'd be sad though, because I know that, man, I can see your mother in your eyes, bro. Why would I want to hurt you, man? Why is we doing this to each other? Shit, that they would have told us as kids that no difference that we can find between us will be grounds for one of us physically hurting or trying to dominate the other. This is what they would have said to us as kids, and it all makes sense. And then later on in life, you lose that when desperate, greedy people get violent for whatever gain: armed robberies, home invasions. Crimes of what do you call that? Like a crime of acquisition of some kind, when people are trying to gain something by harming you. That's what you get out of desperation. Desperate people do that kind of shit. It's just sad that life brings us to do things that we know goddamn fucking well we shouldn't have did to each other as kids, and then we lose it, and things happen. But the illusion of authority bugs me a lot too, that I couldn't remember hearing anything as a kid. I wasn't hearing these morally superior bits of information and wisdom and guidance to teach us how to be good to each other. I don't understand where the police and then the government thing comes into that people accept it so wholeheartedly. I was recently called a beta, which is weird to me. I feel very much unlike a beta. I know what the fucking definition is, and the definition sounds like submission, going along to get along, weakness, a falling away from a natural position, to be assertive, to be threatening when necessary, to be kind and protective, and all of those benevolent things too, when necessary. To manage all of these things well and place them where they deserve to be is a total man. I think that I'm trying to do that, and a beta male, like the motherfucker that called me a beta, is literally trying to divorce himself from something that nature's calling him to do. And that is protect your goddamn fucking self at the very least. You pussy motherfucker. People weird. And I hate when people throw around these words like the English language, just language in general, is out there to be freely interpreted and used however people see fit. And they think that that's the freedom and the freedom of the speech, but I get to call you fucking stupid when you say stupid shit. That's how I'm gonna flex my freedom of speech. This idea that a beta male is the guy that goes to, learns how to operate and thoroughly understands the function of fucking firearms so that he can use them in defense in situations where other men will see their life flash before their eyes and then cower in the face of death. If I would ever had to address anybody with my guns, especially to defend myself or my kids or anybody else, and I'm the defensive person, I'm going to do that not with a bit of fear that I might lose my life. I'm going to be so confident that I'm not even risking my life. That's what I feel like. I ain't risking nothing but a few rounds. Get involved and don't be scared. Don't run from this. Save the innocent. That's what the gun does to you. And people think that it's wrong to get confidence from gun ownership, and I think y'all are fucking psychos. I'm tired of the mismanagement of the fucking language so people can seem so fucking virtuous about petty shit, about bullshit. If you know that the world is dangerous as an observant, honest man, you know the world is dangerous that sometimes bad guys have guns. This is simple shit. I don't give a fuck what David Hogg says. I don't need the little Chinese lady to speak up. I've been saying this for 5.5 years. I've been killing gun control for 5.5 fucking years. Are you insane? Killing it. Not just killing it like, hey, I'm going to need this gun in case the tyrannical government of the blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you that the discussion should have never came up. It's a natural thing. I don't give a fuck how peaceful y'all was. I want the fucking gun like the fucking Hornet wants his Stinger, and I don't even need to come across no problems or see any to then reflect on that to think that, man, fuck that. That's a late start. That's avoiding your fucking nature to even do that. If somebody makes a fucking gun and there's one gun in the world, I want to be the second man with a gun. And nobody would have to have a gun for me to feel comfortable with it. And then I wouldn't believe you that no one else had it. I would still want one. It's too late. There's nothing you can do to get me to divorce my love, respect, and understanding of a fucking firearm and its importance in life. You're not going to be able to, you can't sway me, bro. It's way too late. It's too late, man. We Hornets, man. Expect the Stinger. I don't know what the fuck else anybody ever even expected. What did you think was going to happen? Mr. Beta. Mr. Beta male. You pussy motherfucker. It's not showing a sign of weakness that I fucking understand and know how to operate. And if it is, why is it that y'all only use that term against the common man who understands firearms, who speaks very high and proudly of his firearms and the ownership and the responsibility that all of that entails? That's the beta male. Then what do you call the cops that you're going to call for help when somebody busting your shit and you can't stop them? You're going to call the beta male cop who understands firearms, carries that motherfucker around every day. You could not convince him to divorce himself from that fucking firearm. He knows that it's intended on being used for good, and that's exactly what he's going to try to, at least try to convince you that that's his goal, is to use it for the fucking good. But you can't get the good the way you want it and need it, and the way you have to demand it and command it from a bad guy. You're not gonna get all of that if you can't match his energy or be willing to smoke a bad guy. The cop will bring the fucking gun. Is he the beta? Is the military that you salute and you respect and honor the troops and all this other bitch ass shit that you be saying? What about the gun then? Oh, now it makes sense. Why is all of this heroic, honorable shit something that's supposed to be honored when you see it in law enforcement and military service? But I shouldn't adopt it for myself. Then why is it so honorable? The honorable things should be copied, adopted, and utilized by every man so that they can obtain their natural responsibility to protect themselves and other people with a fucking gun and to be the good guy about it, or else face the inevitable consequences that if you're gonna be an asshole with a gun, somebody should fucking shoot you down with their gun. Because nobody's gonna fucking wait too long around to be hostage negotiation talking to your ass. Nobody wants to give you a fucking sermon or beg you. You're gonna get very little of that, if any. You're lucky if you can give me space for fucking 2 or 3 words to even try and talk to you. If you spazzing the fuck out. This is the way it's supposed to be. I just did an open carry demonstration yesterday. If y'all ain't seen that, go check that shit out, share the shit and all of that. I really be talking my shit, bro. I really do, man. There's not a goddamn fucking thing wrong with anything that I do or say in regards to this gun shit. I'm not a perfect fucking human being, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know I found the fucking bottom line to which you can get no fucking more bottom. You understand? You can't get no more bottom than what it is that I'm saying. Every time somebody talk about the Constitution and what the court's gonna say and all this other shit, you have skipped a whole bunch of storyline in this epic fucking story that we got going on here. You skipped so much of the storyline, bro. You can't start in the middle of the film and expect me to understand the movie, bro. Start from the beginning. And if you do that, you're going to find a natural man in your story way before any man with his flawed and ever-changing fucking perspectives on how to fucking control another man sounds stupid. You got a long ways to go before you can even get me to listen to that. Stop skipping the natural shit. Who the fuck am I? Nobody's bitch, for one. My mother gave me life. My father gave me life. They can't tell me shit. Damn sure not with a gun on their hip thinking they willingly that the force will come into play, but they will try. I still hear a threat because I already told you no. So it is another threat. The fuck out of here. My mother can't tell me shit. She can tell me with her sweet heart and pour that shit out to try to get me to go along with something that she thinks that she's protecting me from something that I might not see. Okay, cool. Speak your piece. As a matter of fact, if you see me about to fuck something up and you don't say nothing, I will be offended. I'm all about open ears. You can't demand for me to do shit. Not with a gun in your hip. Not because you and some other guys got in some fucking room someplace and conversed and discussed all of this shit through this legalese language. The fucking legal system is built on a language that's meant to deceive you. Legalese, man. Listen, you can't even make fucking sense out of the double speak and all the other dumbass shit that they say to you when fucking talk to you. They convolute every fucking thing to make it all wishy-washy so that the higher education and their extensive fucking careers, successful careers, if they're really good, out here smashing shit in the legal world. A good lawyer or a good judge or a seasoned officer is dangerous to you because they're miles ahead of you in something that you actually need tons of school, experience, training, and a long career to master. And they never really master it, but they do master it over your ass because you're behind the 8 ball already. It's an unfair, stupid-ass fucking game that I told you I don't want to fucking play. I know you hear me because I know you're listening. And now that you know that, just know that anytime you give me to get along when I know I don't want to, or I get along because what I think and feel aligns with what it is that y'all saying, you got lucky, I got lucky, we can shake on those things. But just know that if you get me to go along with something that I've already said I don't want to go along with, it's because you have scared me into a position, and now I got resentment because I'm only going along because I'm worried about what you're going to do to me, and that's almost all of us. Nobody understands or agrees with everything y'all do. You lock us into place, and the bottom line, where you cannot go no further, is y'all rule off of fear because everyone's scared of what you're going to do to them, even if it's just monetary gain, because they themselves can't see themselves forcing you into a physical confrontation to subdue their asses. Some people don't see law enforcement in that way because they divorced themselves from even having the balls to ever do that. So then it just escapes their imagination on a day-to-day basis. But I imagine myself being free. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. And I imagine myself telling every cop, judge, lawyer, no, and fuck you, fight me for it. And then I know what's going to follow that if I were to say that like I know my heart wants to about certain things. And then I put myself in check to say, I don't want to fight them today to the death over this stuff. And then I just try to save myself for tomorrow. That's what it is. They're ruling on fear. They're not ruling on no moral high ground about nothing. They changed the laws and rules. Illinois just made weed legal about 3 or so years ago, and it wasn't always. And look what they did to people with smiles on their faces, as if they were righteous for doing all of that shit. And then they fucking changed it, and then nobody held them accountable for how wrong they were for all that time for violating U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242. Every cop, judge, and lawyer that had anything to do with prosecuting a fucking weed arrest before they legalized it is actually guilty of that, and they deserve, some of them actually deserve to be put to death according to what the legal words say, not what the fuck I say. I didn't say this shit. I read some stuff, and I'm just repeating what the fuck it is that I read in multiple cases, reading multiple sources over and over again saying the exact same thing. And the interpretation ain't even that fucking hard to figure out. It's pretty plain and clear. You violate U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242. While hiding behind the color of law is that the fact that something made it to law status means that you were just following orders and doing your job, and then we find out later on through our own examination or the fucking correction that you guys make in your own fucking law society that you need to legalize, loosen up, or completely change the way you approach certain social issues. If you do that, revealing yourself to be wrong in the past, you have violated, brother. How hard did you violate? You sentenced somebody to 2 or 3 years through a kidnapping and extortion with the fine and all of the things you do take on the negative connotations, the criminal definition of those things once you have violated U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242, which means that arrest was a kidnap. This is what you get charged with. How bad does the rest of the fucking chain of commands and everything goes when the prosecution lawyer does his thing, the defense lawyer fucking hands you over to them because they're all part of the law society. They took an oath to a bar. They didn't take an oath to defend the people. Y'all are dumb. Learn the language of what it is that they do. Then you'll know what it is that you need to do to stop them and where they are when you're looking around to see if you spot them. Then you'll know where they are and how they operate and what you need to do in response to that. This is all shit that I thought that a beta male, I thought a real man would fucking know, but a beta male won't own a gun or fucking arm himself with the knowledge of what it is that I'm talking about. What motherfucker knows what it is that I'm talking about and then divorces himself from a firearm? You wouldn't do it. You would go get that fucking gun if you knew what I knew. That's how I know this motherfucker don't got a gun and he don't know what I know. He way behind me. He should shut the fuck up. All this beta male fucking name calling being thrown around, mostly by the beta males, by the pussy motherfuckers who think that their fucking male energy and what they have been able to achieve, knowing that they cannot live as an emotional man. You cannot live and move about the earth to be a real man while doing all of the stereotypical, emotional, hormonal, expected things from the female in our species. If you act just like them about everything, you will not properly achieve the male shit that your nature's calling you to do. But you look like a fucking female by all of your shit. You the beta. You the one fucked it up. You divorcing yourself from the man shit. You the bigger man? That's weird to me. That's weird as fuck. I refuse to believe that the energy that I got as a man, doing all the things that I know my girl cannot and will not do, she won't recognize it. She don't feel a natural tug on her fucking spirit to walk in this way or none of that. So that means her feminine energy that would have tainted my shit had I adopted it myself can also stay the fuck out my way. You can't get in my way with your feminine shit. If it's stopping what is, to me, the definition of my manhood, you got to get out my way with that feminine shit that can't get in my way. Emotionally driven decisions by a woman in my life is not going to be tolerated by me. If I took on that emotional position to make a very important decision or perspective in life, and then think I'm going to back that up with the protective energy that I have as a man, no, that shit clashes, bruh. I'm not going to let an emotional, feminine, sweet, loving, caring, nurturing woman tell me how to be defensive in home defense about the firearm, whether I should have it or not, or none of that. Women who stop their husbands from getting fucking firearms, I talk to guys, even guys I work with, my wife wouldn't let me. I would tell my wife she can kick rocks. If it's her the gun, I'm going to choose the gun, and I'm not fucking playing. I'm not finna be caught with my pants down responding to a dangerous world when I'm supposed to be the man by listening to the emotionally driven decisions by a woman who I wouldn't even expect at all to be thirsty for blood in the event of a home invasion because they want the threat dead. Now, this is kind of exciting. Why the fuck are you doing this? I'm going to stop you. I'm going to be proud to stop you. That's how I feel in the idea of that. My girl instantly goes, fight or flight, flight. Even if it gets me killed, hiding in the corner, crying, begging. That's her automatic response. That would be her automatic response. And it's expected that might happen. It don't sound crazy or unlikely that that's how that would happen. Nobody would blame her for reacting in that way either. You would blame me. If I ran into a corner of the house where my kids ain't even there and I'm hiding from the fucking home invader. My kids are upstairs. I hear them crying and screaming. I hear gunshots going off and I don't move. Beta. You know what makes you move? The love for your kids and the fact that you can have some confidence that you're going to survive this if you have a gun. Now, don't be scared of dying. Remove that from your mind because it's going to stop you from doing what you need to do. Don't be so scared about your death. Here's some confidence. Fucking accept the death if it happens, whatever. Save your children. Meet this asshole at the door with a gun, smiling. That's way superior in the idea of protection. My woman don't feel like that naturally. She can't even fucking embody or understand how I accept that challenge so wholeheartedly while smiling. She appreciates that shit. My kids would appreciate it too. The beta male thinks the fact that I have the guns and I know how to use them and all this other shit, that there's something wrong with my manhood is not quite intact. Why do I love a fucking gun so fucking much it looks like weakness? Fuck you with your pussy ass. You sound dumb. I'm tired of people with the double speak and talking in the wrong direction about shit, fucking up the definition of these words and shit. If you a snitch because you use the fucking confidence between you and other conspiring people to commit a crime. And when you get caught, you start telling the truth that you can only see behind the curtain because you were there pumping them up, and you start telling the truth to get yourself out the trouble when you know you just pumped them up to get into the trouble. You assisted. That's the snitch. Somebody outside of your shit watching you do some shit that they don't want nothing to do with, don't want to be blamed for it, don't want you to get away with it, and they go telling you, that's not a snitch. He never helped you do nothing. He didn't lure you into a crime and then bail on you later like a bitch, like a pussy. That's the snitch. All this other stuff y'all using that word for, you're fucking it up, and y'all sound dumb. Y'all sound stupid. I'm tired of people, bruh. I'm tired of this shit, man. I scour social media for some of the biggest names, Charleston White, and people that are like him. These so-called wise black men, and they speak this good shit and all this other stuff, man. I fuck with it. I get it. I still don't see not a damn one of them that's superior to me. I always find something that's such a kink in their armor that I think it destroys the validity and a lot of the other stuff that they say when they say weird, stupid shit. Charleston White is a fucking statist. Loves the government. He fucked up when he did that. There's nothing else Charleston White can say to me about nothing. He fucked that up. Anything he said about the black youth and all this other shit, some of that shit is good, some of it is stupid. People like Charleston White, because he is speaking from a place of defensive, tough love for the youth and for people, and he's kind of brazen with the way he says these things. It's not like I don't understand Charleston White. I actually kind of like him. I really do. I just think that there's certain things that are deal breakers that he's actually handling like a bitch, or he's taking a submissive role or submissive approach to it, the whole time pretending to be an alpha kind of a person, about some other things that he thinks that his cadence and the way he says things and the topics to which that he tries to pour all of this wisdom all over you about. These things are good, yes, but he's too tough about some of those other things to be acting like a coward, unwilling to face the bottom line truth in some other things that I think it ruins all of that shit for him. I feel like that about Joe Rogan. He ain't all that. I think I am better person. Joe Rogan has some knowledge I don't got. He's got some experience I don't got. But if I had an opportunity to just pick and choose out of anybody popular saying something good, then when I snap my fingers they come to me so we can talk, I would then build a history and a rapport with these people that my knowledge of these things and my relationship with these kinds of people will elevate all the same, and yours probably would too. Joe Rogan appears to be smart because he is smart, and then he accelerates his level of awareness and understanding about topics by using who he is to then build on that shit right in front of you and then to share the experience with you. It's all fucking dope, but it doesn't make him super nothing. The things that Joe Rogan has wrong, I think I'm superior in it and puts me above him because it's way too detrimental to the future of humanity for us to be wrong about these things, and he's wrong about some stuff. And I fucking win. Y'all the betas. Fuck y'all. RPM Che Vietnam in this bitch. Wu Bang, get a gun today and tell everybody, bro, they better get their fucking shit straight and stay the fuck out your way. Because you was trying to love, you was trying to hug. It ain't that fucking hard to figure out. Get in where you fit in, goddammit, and learn and grow. Forever change who it is that you think you are yourself. Y'all be scared of changing everything. The guy that called me a beta, I wish that he could talk to me in person, because through the internet, he'd just throw that shit out there. If he's in front of me, he might be saying that shit in the back of his mind, but he'd be way more open to listen to me. He will feel that I intend on protecting him and bringing something out of him that's intended on elevating his quality of life even, and he should listen to me and allow me. Or maybe Trey will take me to go shoot. We can open up a report and open this up to a more humanitarian interaction between us and not with all the name calling and shit, because I could probably see the good in you and the good intentions behind that pussy shit you said, and you can see the good intentions in mine, and we can meet somewhere in the middle. You might not be a gun enthusiast, but you might then begin to say, I will stop hating on gun ownership and maybe just start quietly supporting it or staying out of their way. And we can get you to do that, that'd be fine. You don't got a gun up like me, but you should stay the fuck out of my way though, because I think guys like you are fucking the program up. I think if everybody felt like me, bullies will feel like they can't go nowhere to get their shit off. They be scared as fuck. How tough did this other nigga think he finna be, being a hero, just fucking save the day, get all of this praise for being fucking honorable? Yeah, for shooting your ass down, trying to stick somebody up in a fucking parking lot. Like somebody's gotta let you do that. How's that? How about 2 or 3 guys run up on you and they fucking rock, scissors, paper, which one of them's gonna fucking shoot you? If you went somewhere, you feel like everywhere you went to try to do that, people who were uninvolved start getting in your face with guns in their hands like, no, don't do that. I bet you stop trying that shit. That's how you make the crime go away. Arm everybody. If all of these people that don't got guns or don't have firearms because they got good hearts, put guns in their hands and tell them to keep their hearts. Then we'll see how often they fucking cry about the fucking news. You probably wouldn't cry so much. I think the fucking level of drama goes way down when people feel like they gotta die to do that dumb shit. If you want to rob somebody, you should feel like you're gonna die to try to see if you can get lucky enough to get a substantial amount of money from a guy you're trying to mug in a parking lot, boy. That ain't worth your life, and you know it. I bet you won't even try. What are you gonna get? A couple $100 maybe? He might have on him. People don't even carry cash much lately. You might be able to steal some jewelry off of them. The shit that you can gain from mugging somebody in the fucking parking lot might give you financial comfort for a day. And people knew that that's what they was risking, and then you go, oh, but you risk your life every time you do that. You have to show them that that's what they're risking. I think more and more people will be like, fuck, man. If I'm gonna risk my life for some money, maybe I should fucking die on a dangerous job. Maybe I should go apply someplace. If I'm willing to die for the money, maybe I should just apply for a dangerous job that no one wants to work, that an employer might pay me very well to do. If you want to die for money, somebody sign you up to fucking possibly die for some good money, and no one will be mad at you. They'd be sad if you died. Like, build some positivity around your life. Who wants to mug somebody in a parking lot? Man, it's an idiotic concept. It's a bad idea. Home invasion, bad idea. You can give me all of my gear, bulletproof vest, AR-15, the bulletproof mask, and a sidearm, and tell me, okay, there's a house, Trey, go in there. I will be thinking that I'm gonna die to go in there, because going in somebody else's house, you're gonna inspire in them the hardest fight that they may ever put up in their lives. And I don't want to hurt you. I don't want you to do that to me, because I might find the hardest, roughest fucking fight inside of you if I did that. It sounds like a suicide mission. I'm not doing that. Not even with all my shit, I'm not doing that. It just sounds like a bad idea. Anybody who actually does it, oh, you're a psycho, and I'm going to happily shoot you. I'm hardly going to hesitate. All I have to know is that you intend on getting in here, and then shit start flying fast too. High velocity. Because I think you got to be a psycho to do that. I can't make sense of it. You're supposed to kill crazy. You're supposed to make them uncomfortable. Tell them they can't go nowhere and get their shit off. Get a gun today, man. Y'all being some bitches, man. I'm tired of y'all, man. The world there's something wrong with y'all, man. Fuck, man.